Good afternoon, everybody. Christian here. Today is, let's see, it's the 7th of February, 4:31 p.m. And basically, I got to review my chart for the day. US dollar, Canadian dollar pair. I got owned in this thing today. I'm down like, basically, I gave back all my profit and I was down 150 bucks basically. And so I've lost $150 from my starting balance, not counting the $500 in profit that I had at one point in time on this trade. So I have to ask myself, all right, what happened? Where did you go wrong, and how could you keep that from happening again? Basically, this point in time here, we had this bounce to the upside. Oh, before I did this, I went and cleaned up my charts a lot because there's so many different things running around on my charts. It's easy for me to lose sight of what's simple and what's important. So anyway, we had a nice move to the upside that we were looking for, and I was expecting price to continue to move higher. Then we saw this little sell-off here, and I could see that we had this little support. Well, that's not helping, is it? We had a little support right here, and it broke down on this candle. And I saw that happen and recognized that it was breaking down of support, but I dismissed it. So, well, it's okay. It's not going to fall very, very far. And I'm a swing trader, not a day trader at this moment in time in this particular trade, so ignore it. And so I did. And then sure enough, by the close, we had this nice little move up here. And at that point in time, I could have exited the position. I think I was up like $475, something like that. So not my highest, but not that bad. And then exit and then not have to hold over the weekend. But I had told you guys in the video that I would hold over the weekend, so I didn't worry about it. I just left it there. And again, I kept telling myself I'm a swing trader, not a day trader. Don't worry about it. Well, then come Monday morning, here we are way down here. We gapped down. Now, that's not a good sign for a bullish condition, but anyway, that's where we were. And again, I told myself, don't worry about it. You're a swing trader, not a day trader. And I didn't worry about it. I went to sleep and didn't concern myself with anything else that happened later. I didn't even follow the chart. I just trusted that my swing trade would work out as I had anticipated. When I got up, all of this had already happened. We already had this big sell-off. And I'm now looking at a massive move lower. If I drop my, let me see if I can do this right quick. Let's put a 200 period moving average on there just so I can see. Fly, okay. All right, so on this candle right here, this big red one, we were pushing down towards that 200 period moving average. And that's when I took my second position on this. Again, telling myself, don't worry about it. You're a swing trader, not a day trader. But how many times had the chart already told me I should be selling here? Well, several times. We had this push up into the moving averages that didn't actually get a breakout above, so we closed back down, and this is a sell signal. Here, if you'd missed that one, you had another one. Price pushes back up into the moving averages, does not kick out, and then we roll back over. Again, another very clear sell signal, worth a lot of pips here. You got about 34 pips just in that little move right there. Then you get another push to the upside, and you get multiple wicks out of the top, very easy to spot that as sell signals. You're getting sell pressure right there, and you could look at that as a triple top, or you could look at it as a tweezer tops, or however you want to consider it. It's obviously not bullish. Price comes back down, closes back below your moving average. Again, you can be a seller here, and then you get this nice move even lower still. And even when you did push back up later to test that broken condition, all it was a test, and you could have re-entered at this point in time. Notice again, we're not closing very bullishly, okay? We turn right around and we just keep selling off. Now, at this point in time, I'm buying. Why am I buying? Because in my mind, I'm a swing trader, not a day trader, it doesn't matter. And all of these are going to be erased or eradicated as soon as the price turns around and really makes that big move that I'm looking for. That was a mistake. It was a big mistake. Basically, what I saw again and again was breaking down on price, but that's okay. It's not going to be that bad. Well, price just kept falling, and well, that's okay. It's not going to be that bad, and not much further. And once it falls to this point, it'll bounce, and it never did. This was stupid of me, and it ended up just smacking me around, costing me a little pretty penny. So what should I have done? I should have listened to the chart. When the chart was saying sell, I should have been selling instead of expecting price to reverse any moment in time. Do what the chart is telling you to do, not what you think the chart's going to do in the future at some point in time. That's rule number one, and I broke it yet again. I do that a lot. And that particular mistake, I seem to find myself again and again. It's an arrogant statement, I think, to tell the market what it's going to do. And I did that. Part of the reason why I did that is, again, I was looking at the daily chart, not the intraday chart. And so I was, basically ignoring the intraday chart because the daily chart still had hope. Well, how far before the daily chart stops having hope? Well, let's see. Do the math. Oh, about way too many. 118 pips to the downside here, and you could only have to get a piece of it. And in any event, that was an opportunity missed on my side. So what am I doing now? Back to my 10-day, 30-minute chart, looking for good quality opportunities. Here was my last one. I had this opportunity here. I could have exited the position that I was long, still with a small profit, I think about $85, $100, somewhere in that range. And then had I been paying attention and seen this push lower here, I could have said, okay, this is a sell, and started selling here with the stop off the high. My risk would have been roughly, I don't know, 17, 15, 20 pips. So in that range, not bad at all. Here we have another potential opportunities. We've pushed back up. All we're really doing at this point in time in this pushback here is actually retesting this fail here. So we found a bottom, or temporary bottom, bounced off of that, broke through it, came up and tested it, and just gave you an entry opportunity on the short side. And now we're rolling over again according to these very, very bearish looking candles. Now it can always reverse, but thus far it's not been the actual move that's happening. What's happening is sells. So I am short this position. I've got to stop off of this high, even though I'd rather have it off of this high. It's just too tight, and I'm not certain that I would get accidentally filled just because of the spread widening, as markets are going into the evening and so forth and so on. So I backed it off a little bit, but it's basically because I'm not going to be watching the chart, and I don't want to be too tight. Again, the chart right now is saying from this time period, you need to be a seller. And so now finally I am. And actually the chart for the daily is actually showing the same thing now, as we are now closing. Let me clean this up. Clear drawings. Yeah. Let me switch this over. All right. See, now we have this close below that 12 period moving average, which I don't like to see. If you're bullish, it would start to show a breakdown, and that's what we're starting to see here. Ergo, now I'm feeling a lot more confident on the sell side there. It doesn't mean it has to break down, just it's now showing it as well. Again, as I said before, like, I don't know, a week ago, I don't like doing swing trades, and this is why. When you're wrong a lot bigger, and you miss a lot of opportunities on the intraday because you're sitting there looking at the swing trade longer term saying, no, it'll be okay, it'll work itself out. Sometimes it does, most of the time it doesn't, and that's just another one of those smacks for me. So move right back to my 10-day 30 chart, and I've cleaned it up. I've got the Bollinger Bands on there. I've got a couple of moving averages. What am I looking at here? Let's go. I've got an 8 period and a 12 period. Okay, trying to keep it clean and simple. I don't even need this 200 period. I can remove that as well, just because I'm frustrated with it. I think I will. Go there, do that. Okay, apply. I got you. You're gone. And so that's basically what I'm looking at. A continuation move lower on the sell side. That is it. God bless, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.